This video is a continuation of the how to set up a pole tent series that we have going. It's not an official series, and I was out here kind of training with these guys at the same time, helping these guys, and for that reason it's kind of all over the place. Hopefully there's enough footage that you can learn a little bit, and we're really going to focus on the feet or the poles of the tent for this video.
So you've got your one that's coming from the bottom, one that's on top. So the order of this is steel, grommet. Steel goes over top of the grommet.
Okay.
Then you got one on top there. This little S hook that'll be on the right side. Hook up to the bottom. So you're hooking up from this end to this end. And then
in the previous video of the series, a few videos back, link in the description, we focused on seaming the tent. This is the next step with the legs.
You're getting in all the grommets and the steel. And then you screw this on, and finger tight is all you need. Just gotta make sure that you're all the way down. There. And now we're running power on it, so I got a power cable. Seam legs, I like to put these in before you put the corners up, because otherwise you'll have too much tension pulling that way, and sometimes these will separate enough that you can't get it strapped in there, so it's just easier to put them in. And then when you're doing your straps, if I can get this going the right way. So this one was packed up incorrectly. How we like to pack them up is open them up so you have about 8 inches a foot of tail, and then ratchet it just enough so that it won't go loose, so that when it comes time to hook them into the angle irons, then you have enough play and you're not worried about pulling your strap tail through the whole thing.
Okay.
So right in the corner you go. So when you're putting up a corner, start with one, go kitty corner, and then you can go beside and then to the other end. 40 by 40, it really doesn't matter the third or fourth leg that you do. It's dictated by wind, so you want to do whatever the wind is coming towards, you want to do that leg last.
Right.
So,
okay, because you don't want the wind to go up underneath. Yeah. Okay.
Pick the whole thing up and it goes flying.
Yeah, the wind will help you when you don't want it to help you.
The next part here is a little bit silly because I was essentially trying to help while recording at the same time. It was a bit silly, but hopefully it's informative, at least a little bit.
I'll show you.
Oh, I didn't even I just put the one on the corner.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. So underneath here, you want to make sure that this material does not get pinched in between.
Yeah, okay.
So I can't really, so it'll kind of look like that when it pinches in between. You get a nice fold. You want to make sure that it's all pulled out, otherwise you'll put a hole in there.
You put a tear in it just like that tear right there.
I see a lot of those, in tents, even on the frame tents.
And on this one, so underneath,
Not quite the same
I have
situation,
the
but
bolt head,
Yeah.
which will be up against the vinyl.
yeah, the bolt holds. It's smoother than the whatever's
Then
on
then
the.
the-
bolt coming through, yeah.
Okay.
And if you can help it, have all of your legs facing like the same way. The bolts go in from one side,
Okay.
so that you can just look down there.
Okay, right,
and
and
make
see it.
sure
Okay.
you're good.
Okay, so now this is where
It gets weighted. So put your foot
hold it in place.
on
Yeah.
there.
Now, you're gonna grab that ratchet because we'll need to pull.
I might have to actually stop filming.
40 by 40, there's not a whole lot of weight, so
So make sure you're off of here. You're gonna pull that.
This thing.
Yeah. Here, let me get this ratchet.
you should have got like a GoPro head mount. That would have been
Yeah,
perfect.
oh, we're almost there. Whatever you did there a second ago. Yeah, there we go.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, so
I should have actually.
you're just gonna start ratcheting as soon as you got tension on it. Sheldon will pull. So one of you can start ratcheting.
I got it. That's good.
kind of missed their spot. That'll be okay. So if we can get this one as well.
Feel guilty when I'm not helping much.
Right.
I feel like I'll do it on the other legs though, you know?
You're working about as hard as we're paying you.
Well, trust me, people pay for this stuff, you know?
Oh, I know.
Okay, good. So the person under here is just making sure that your legs stop.
And they go to the other one, yeah. So
Yeah.
go back and forth type thing.
So on a 40 by 40, it doesn't matter too much. Stuff there. Less you can catch with that one or something get that. 40 by 40, it doesn't matter as much when the corners go up. You can put the leg basically straight up.
Okay.
Because if you have a winch, it also makes it easier. So if you have your legs, so like when you set up a 40 by 60, you're going to want to angle your legs slightly in.
Okay, got it.
You're not going to want to go the full 90 degrees.
Okay.
Um,
So in as in towards.
yeah,
Yeah,
towards
okay.
the center.
Okay.
So that you have a little bit of slack to play with when you bring that center pull up.
Right.
If
Okay.
you don't have a winch and you're doing it with the cart, when you put the first center pull in on a 40 by 60, it's really easy if you have two carts to do it. The first one will come in, and you're going to want to stop 5 feet short of your mark.
Okay. Okay.
And you
okay.
stand the cart up, and then you leave somebody there to hold it. It's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to slide back. And then the other guys will bring the next center pull in.
Yeah.
So it's easier to reach where the center pull has to go in, and you're not fighting as much tension.
Got it.
You're
Okay.
leaving
okay,
it a little
okay.
bit loose. Then the last one you can put in, and then go back to the first one, and then just bring it in the rest 5 feet.
Got it. Okay. Okay.
So that's.
After getting the 4 corner legs and placing the seam legs as well, we proceeded to prep for the center pole.
And you've got about like 20 feet of slack at the other end, so if you wanted to show him. pulling
So you
here.
just ran this like to the other side essentially. This rope, yeah.
The winch rope gets tied off to the bottom of the dolly, which supports the center pole. As the winch operates, it pulls that dolly, pulling that center pole up, 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 and lifting up essentially the tent top. I missed filming most of it, except the latter part, because I was helping out with kind of holding it in place as the dolly was lifting that center pole up.
And be like, okay,
Oh,
pull,
shit,
stop.
you want me to get my phone?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't have my headset.
walkie-talkies are nice too, but
Oh, it's a 40 by 40. I'll see
Oh
you.
yeah, you'll see us.
So,
Or just pull 20 feet and like rewrap it on.
So you see the dolly there with the center pole in it. The idea is to take the center pole top, stick it through the middle of the tent, and then use the winch to slowly bring that dolly towards the tent, lifting up the center pole.
slack is there.
There we go.
that was awesome. I can imagine that being really difficult. You know, if it wasn't for the if it wasn't for that wind system. Wow.
So, on the last like 3 or 4 feet here.
Okay.
So like if you're running the winch, your guys in here on the last 4 feet can just pull it because it gets really easy. Like as it is now, I can move it fairly
Yeah.
easy.
Okay.
Like, I
Right.
don't want
Right.
to.
Right.
But before we had
Fine.
the winch, we would sometimes have 5 or 6 people on that job.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. So the winch is essentially a must.
Yeah, I would never, like again, since I bought one, I would never go without it for this style of tent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It makes
Okay.
your life easy and it makes everything safer.
So we just want to make sure that we're lined up on there.
And you take the thing. Oh, and then you. Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's fantastic.
Leave the peg there because that's the one that you used to pound it in.
And what if it doesn't look plumb? Are you gonna like move
When
it
you
from
do
the?
all the corners and stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, okay, now if you
Yeah.
have to move it, before you, like the moment before you get the center pull up,
Yeah.
you have an hour left of the job. Usually it doesn't matter what size tent it is, you have an hour left.
Okay.
Well, depending on the people.
No, even on a 40 by 40. I mean, and if the ground's soft.
Yeah.
You usually have about an hour left.
To do the poles, the walls, whatever, right?
Yeah, just, you know.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a 4-man crew.
I'll just.
Oh yeah. So I'm just reaching up, screwing
Yeah,
it on,
screwing that on,
so it
right.
stops,
Yeah.
and
Putting it up in place.
it'll look all weird until you get all the other legs straightened up. If you are setting up in wind, I wouldn't put these legs in right away. I would tighten down the corners, tighten down the seam legs, and slam a peg in the center pole.
Okay, got it. That's good to know. Okay. Put it up there. And just
Yep, and then just
easy.
and then leave. This one's gonna come this way a bit.
So you're doing the corners, making sure the corners are plumb.
Yep. If you are setting up on soft ground, put like a big 2x4 underneath there.
Okay, otherwise they'll sink in.
Yeah, so you've got probably about 1,000 pounds of pressure holding this corner down. Yeah, you'll push it in if you're going on soft ground, and you'll push it in pretty far.
Okay,
And then
got
your
it.
whole tent will get loose.
Yeah, okay. That's a good tip.
Or like a, I don't know, foot by a foot pad or something.
And then you do the corners,
Yep.
and then you do the
The seams. So I'll just get this last corner. Make sure it's up. Pretty bang on me.
that one's mine. Just kidding.
There. And then once corners are straight up, now, so you can see the tension starting to build.
Okay, right.
And then you can do your seams. So I'll wait for Sheldon. So you want to do your seams at the same time, opposites. So that
Okay,
you're
okay.
Getting the same tension across.
Got it. And then after that, you can just do the other legs, the
So-
remaining legs randomly.
On a 40 by 40, you'll want to do the exact opposite, so rotate 90 degrees. On a 40 by 60, you want to do all of the seams and then the middles on the ends. So like on the end here, you do the middle one and then basically just finish your end up and then go around.
Okay, right. Got it. Okay, got it.
Yeah, because this would be longer that way, so that would be an end, as opposed to, like on a 40 by 40, it's all the same.
Got it. Okay, got it.
We did a bunch of other things which we will include in future videos. As you can see here, we are installing some lights and we installed the walls, etc. Of course, we did some TPS reports. But again, a huge thank you to Sheldon from Infinity Event Services. They were absolutely awesome. And without them, I would be kind of in the dark. So again, huge thank you. Guys, take it easy. Never give up. Never surrender.